Hey everyone, Nick here and welcome back to GamerJoob, and welcome back to our Garten Of Banban character concept series. So in today's video, the characters we're looking into are the Party Penguins. So the Party Penguins are the community character we made in our last live stream. So we all got together and shared our ideas and we came up with the Party Penguins. So going forward, we're going to be doing these streams every 2 weeks on a Sunday at 10:30 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to join in, share your ideas, and we can come up with an awesome character together. So in this video, we're going to go through these characters' backstory, gameplay mechanics, location, and all that good stuff as well. As always, I will just state that this isn't linked with the overall universe and lore of Garten Of Banban. This is just a community-made character and a fun story we get to share. And lastly, before we start today's video, do be sure to subscribe to GamerJoob, as helps out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. It also keeps you up to date with the videos that we post. And do be sure to leave a like to let us know you want us to keep doing these live streams in the future. Alrighty everyone, well, let's get into the character concept of the Party Penguins. So previously in our Garten Of Banban character concept series, we've looked into a wide range of strange mascot characters. Each of these characters were set on attacking the player, but each time, our player managed to escape in one piece. But as they continue to roam around the kindergarten, they will yet again come into contact with another evil mascot character. Or in this instance, we should say, characters. So the next set of characters we're introducing are the Party Penguins. The Party Penguins are a group of 4 pastel-coloured penguin characters. Each penguin was the same size and shape, and they all wore a colourful party hat. This was mainly due to their role at the kindergarten, which was party celebrations. It was the Party Penguins' job to celebrate any of the children's birthdays at Banban Kindergarten. Sometimes they would enter the classroom and throw parties there, but most times the birthday parties were celebrated in the Polar Party area. This was an Arctic-themed party room that was filled with fun activities and games. All the children loved the Party Penguins, and each of the penguins loved to throw parties for all the children. So there was only one rule in the Polar Party room, and that was you needed to party. Everyone in the party room needed to dance and have a good time. Anyone that wasn't dancing or partying was heavily encouraged to do so. The Party Penguins never failed to make anyone not party. Under their watch, everyone had a good time. If someone isn't having a good time, then they would know about it. But if the Party Penguins were ever to fail at making someone party, then who knows what would happen. Thankfully, that hasn't happened as of yet. So as far as the kindergarten was concerned, the Party Penguins were a hit. They did as they were supposed to and gave the children a great birthday surprise. But what happens when there are no more children left to throw parties for? What happens when no one ever comes back to the kindergarten and it becomes abandoned? Slowly, over time, each of the Party Penguins went mad. Without anyone to throw a party for, they had no purpose. And having no purpose changed the Party Penguins for good. They were desperate to party again, but no one was around. It just wasn't the same. So they waited patiently for someone to enter the kindergarten so they could throw them a party once more. And this would be a party to end all parties. So now we return back to the player. They've been wandering around for a while now and have found themselves in the Polar Party area. This place, like everywhere else at the kindergarten, was deserted. Inside this area, they came across their first puzzle that they needed to complete. Up top is a ledge that's out of reach. They need to play the ice cube stacking game to get up there. So there was a chute that drops large ice cubes and a pushing paddle that slides them across the room. There is a button for each motion that the player needs to activate with their drone. First, they need to stack 3 ice cubes, and then push them along. Then the next was to dispense 2 ice cubes, and then push them along as well. Lastly, they needed 1 ice cube. They pushed along, and now they could reach the ledge. They climb up the ice cubes and walk through the door on the ledge. Now they come to a long corridor. As they walk down, they get the feeling that someone is watching them. As they turn the corner, they see 2 strange-looking penguins. What on earth are these things? The player gets a bad feeling about this and turns back around. But standing behind them is another creepy pair of coloured penguins. What is going on? They quickly turn back around and one of the penguins attacks. The player finally wakes up in another room. They must have been knocked out by that strange little penguin. In this room, there are a number of large presents laying around. Also in this room is a locked door. The keycard must be in one of these present boxes, so they would have to go around and search through them all to find the keycard. But the player needs to be careful. There was a reason some of these boxes were so large. They were just big enough to hide one of the penguins. Each of the penguins would be hiding in an individual box. So the player needs to be careful of which present they pick. They would either be empty, contain the keycard, or a nasty surprise from one of the penguins. As the player searches around for the keycard, there would be some signs that they would need to look for. If they notice any of the presents slightly shaking, then they would have to leave it alone. After rummaging through all the presents, they finally come across the keycard. They use the keycard on the door and enter the next room. In the center of this room was a birthday cake with a candle. Except that the candle wasn't a candle at all. Lodged inside the cake was a lit stick of dynamite. Across the room are the 4 party penguins. One of them is holding a fire extinguisher. The player needs to put out the dynamite before it explodes. So in this gameplay segment, the penguins would play keep away with the fire extinguisher. They would run all around the room and swap the extinguisher between each other. It was up to the player to be quick on their feet and grab it off them. The party penguins would be quite fast and run around the room. It would take some practice, but the player would predict when the next penguin would swap over the extinguisher. Finally, they would intercept them and grab the extinguisher. They quickly put out the dynamite and a secret compartment opens up, revealing another hallway. The player now needs to run from the party penguins as they try to make it to the exit. The player would have to be quick as each of the penguins would be hot on their tail. The player quickly runs around every corner through the corridors. At the last second, the player leaps over a gap towards a platform elevator. They just land on the platform and are finally out of reach of the penguins. The gap is far too wide for them to jump, and luckily for the player, penguins can't fly. They press the button on the platform and move on to the next area. The party penguins stand there and watch as the player disappears into darkness. The player unfortunately got away from them, but they all had a great time partying with the player. Once again, they had thrown an awesome party for someone. This is probably the last time they'll ever throw a party again, but at least they had fun. Alrighty everyone, well that's all we have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribing. It helps a lot and it's greatly appreciated. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the party penguins and what you'd like to see going forward. And also make sure you don't miss the live streams that we're doing every 2 weeks on a Sunday at 10:30 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to join in, share your ideas, and we can come up with another character just like the party penguins. Alrighty everyone, well thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.